Alright, when I think of virtual reality, I picture coming home after a long day, logging into a vast world and questing with friends to my heart's desire amidst an infinite virtual landscape. As VR gets better and better each month, this fantasy will hopefully soon be a reality. But for now, these are some of the best VR MMOs that you can play right this second. So this first one is a Township Tale, and the graphics are rad. When you log in, you immediately become a citizen of the town, where you can adopt one of 9 professions. Now there's no set objectives in the vast world, right? But instead, you grind for the best gear or explore the landscapes. It's really up to you. It almost has elements of like Minecraft in crafting weapons and tools or cooking meals around the fire. A small team are updating the game constantly, and I'm looking forward to checking in with this one regularly. It's cool to follow along with the development process. You can play right now by signing up on their website. All right, Ready Player One. You've read it, you've seen it, you've heard of it. Interestingly enough, HTC created their own Oasis multiplayer experience that's currently in beta. When you log in, you can customize your character and jump into one of the 5 game worlds, slaying gunters, dungeon crawling, or kicking back retro style. They've released 1 DLC so far, which adds new levels and bosses to the already existing minigames. But my hope for this one is that they'll expand it to be a full Oasis world, sort of like the one that you're picturing, right? When you log in, it's cool, but it's not quite there yet. But for now,
it's pretty cool, I guess.
The sun settles and the shadows loom beneath the trees. You pull out your bow and draw to take a shot. Bam! You get slain by a mob in the lowland woods. This was my first experience in one of the largest VR MMOs currently, Orbus VR. This one is a nod to traditional MMOs in that you can explore, quest, and conquer. The world is pretty vast with a bunch of locations to experience, PvP, parties, player housing, pets, and dungeons. While I'm personally not a huge fan of the graphic style, I found that's quickly overlooked when you realize that you're standing, that you're standing in an infinite world that's waiting to be conquered. Okay, so RecRoom has elements of MMORPGs, but it does something a little different. Rather than being open world, the exploration begins when you enter each different room of the recreation hall, uncovering quests, minigames, or even Battle Royale. They also added custom rooms where you can pretty much create anything in your own private world. One of my favorite things about this game is the community. Every time I log into the lobby, there's something happening, right? Whether it's a squeaker throwing a basketball at my face or a fun conversation, I've never felt alone in RecRoom. All right, no VR MMO video would be complete without this one. You already know what I'm talking about. The apex, the anime-loving, Ugandan preaching, Chungus tasting VR chat. This is like the most customizable VR MMO available, and probably the closest to the Oasis that we currently have. What I dig about it is simply the scale. It almost feels infinite with hundreds of worlds to explore and thousands of people to talk to. It's one of my favorite like late night games, logging in at 1 a.m. and seeing what people across the world are doing. Next, we have Altspace. Rather than questing, Altspace allows you to experience both conversations and fun events. There's Cards Against Humanity, Japanese classes, movie screenings, yoga and meditation, and concerts by musicians like Reggie Watts. Musicians. This one almost shut down a few years ago, but thankfully Microsoft bought them and they've been online ever since. Whenever I jump into this one, I feel like it's almost like a utopian city, filled with people that are open to connecting and having deeper conversations about VR, technology, and this experience that we're all having. Bonus MMO. This is NOSTOS, and it's the closest we have to Sword Art Online. I can't say much about it because it isn't out yet, but they're using something called Spatial OS, which simulates a persistent sandbox world. So you can chop down a tree, and that tree will be chopped down in the next cycle through day and night. Now there's no release date yet, but judging by the trailer, it looks dope as hell. Probably my most anticipated. I cannot catch the yo-yo. What all of these MMO VRPGs have in common is the ability to connect us. Whenever I log into an MMO and start voice chatting, there's always that hint of like social anxiety at first, until I realize that everyone around me are playing the same game. We're all online for the same reasons, to have fun, to troll, or just experience an escape for a little bit. And that's what makes VR so interesting. We're seeing a shift in human advancement, where the innate need to communicate with others and express yourself can be obtained through the vast worlds found in this headset. You're inhabiting an avatar, you're inhabiting you. So until we have a full dive experience like Sword Art or Ready Player One, I'll see you in the ones we currently can play. Peace.
Hey, thanks for watching. Click our Discord link to join the community.